Hey, Ryan from Bolin Development here, and I want to tell you about 5 apps that I use every single day to help me manage my ADHD, and they can help everyone, neurotypical and neurodivergent alike. Let's check them out. Starting out with number 5, we have Habitica. This is an app that lets you gamify building healthy habits. You can see here they let you build a character, and you can unlock all kinds of cosmetics, items, pets, different things to equip that character with, and then you can win passes through your points and different things that you take care of throughout the day. So you put your to-do list in there, you put the healthy habits you want to build, you're taking care of them, you're earning things, you're healing your character. I like this app because if you're not taking care of your habits, it's not like a game over, it's not a super punishing app. It just essentially moves them from yellow and then eventually to red, and you're able to see in a list a lot of green things that you're really good at, and then a couple areas that you need to work on and that are harder for you. The reason that it's so fair is you can weight those different habits, and so something that's more challenging for you can earn you more points if you're taking care of it. So you can reward yourself in that way and essentially control how much each task is either penalizing you or winning you in the end. App number 4, no frills, nothing crazy here. This is going to be Redstone Games Crossword Puzzles. This is basically a free alternative to the New York Times that I found, and I really like it because you can pay to get the ads taken off. They're not burdensome, they just pop up after you solve the puzzles, which I'm normally done with the app by that point anyways. And essentially it's all user contributed, so you get tons of different authors of puzzles and you can change the difficulties. I use this one a lot because my ADHD also comes with a lot of anxiety and I find it hard to sleep often. So this is something that I start to do when I'm winding down for the night, not right before bed because it is on my phone and I definitely don't want that blue light interrupting my sleep. But right before I'm gonna go take my shower, get ready for bed, sit down to read, I pull this out, I solve a puzzle or two, and I notice that my mind calms down a lot more before I'm going to bed, and this has really changed my sleep a lot in the past year. App number 3 stays with the theme of sleeping well and one of my favorite hobbies ever since I was 4 years old, which is reading, right? So every night when I lay down, I try to read before I go to bed because it helps my mind disengage from the day, enjoy something, and just steadily drift off to sleep. So in order to keep up with a number of books, I use Goodreads, right? And Goodreads, I believe, was purchased by Amazon several years ago, but I've used it for a really long time because what it does is essentially give you a social media for books. And so I can get on here and see recommendations from the community, from my friends, from people that I have similar tastes with, and I can select several books and have a queue going so that when I go to the bookstore, I'm just buying the next book off of my list that I want to read, and I can go in and review those, right? I love this app. I use it quite a bit. I think it's a really fun place to figure out different types of books. My ADHD has always made me be somebody who has to read several books at one time, and that's not because I'm some brainiac, it's because I would lose interest if I just had one book. So if you look at most of the tables in my house, but especially my nightstand, you're gonna see there's a pretty hefty stack of books on which I've got, funny books, mysteries, I've got historical fiction, I've got, nonfiction books, and this site really helps me organize a lot of that and keep my list going, and it's been a huge help for well over a decade now. App number 2 is going to be Sanvello. This is an app that I found recently. It's the most recent addition to my list because my insurer basically let me know that they are covering a premium membership to help with mental health. Going back to the fact that I have pretty bad anxiety and that I have a lot of trouble sleeping and sometimes just coping with changing emotions with a mood disorder, I essentially use this app to track how I'm feeling, to journal down, triggers and different things that are causing those behaviors, and then I use the meditation part each night to try to drift off to sleep. A side note, it was really comforting when I was trying to figure out all this about my anxiety. I turn on the app and one of my personal heroes, John Green, was actually delivering the first course that I took on anxiety. It felt like, okay, I'm kind of home and I like this app right off the bat. And so I'm completing a course on anxiety. It's taught me a lot about how to control triggers, how not to blame myself, how to steadily undo a lot of the triggers and get, kind of closer to being my real authentic self and not having that constant worry going on in my head like I always have. So can't recommend this one enough. It's a really good app. app number one, and before you groan or say, oh my God, it's just Google Calendar, are you serious? I really went back and forth on whether to include this one, but I had to because it is easily the most used app on my phone, period. I use it on every device I have, whether it be on my tablet, whether it be on my computer. And the reason for that is with ADHD, I really struggle to get places on time and to remember dates and commitments that I've made. That can be really hard because I'm the busiest I've ever been in my entire life right now. I am working, I'm going to grad school, I am serving with my wife as an apartment community planner, like an event planner. I am also creating YouTube content, and so there's a lot of easy ways to forget about things and let people down, and I don't ever want to be that person just because my mind works differently and can't keep up with time as well. What my wife and I have done is we've gone in, and any time that we have an event, whether that be something we're doing together or we just want to communicate with one another, hey, this is what's going on this day, we schedule it, we share it with each other. And here's the best part about it. When somebody asks if I have time to do X, Y, or Z, or they want to know if they can find some time with me, I know exactly when I have free time, and I know exactly when I'm available because I can go in and even ask them, hey, go schedule it on my calendar and find a spot where I'm open. Or I can just immediately pull out my phone and say, yeah, I have nothing on these days. Let's get it set up. So I can't recommend this one enough. I'm sure you probably already have it, but I hope that you start to make use of that functionality where you can schedule things. It will change your life. You get to forget about events, and it's super easy to use your Google connected devices to just basically ask what's on the schedule for the day. And I appreciate that. Thanks for watching this video. You could have been anywhere and you were here learning about these apps. I hope that you found something on the list that maybe either didn't know about or you said, hey, maybe I could start to do that and add that in my life. I just want to create a community of learners, and I want to help my people out there who are struggling with having different minds in a world that really wants everything to work the same sometimes, right? That can feel daunting and it can feel exhausting. And I hope you found something on here that you could try or look into. Whether you pick these apps, you pick something similar, I wish you all the best, and I hope that you're finding continued success as you deal with your mental health and as you deal with us building a world that is neurodivergent embracing. So thanks for stopping by. Please throw me a subscribe or a like if you enjoyed this video. It'll help me bring you more content in the future. I'll see you in the next video.